I'm not condoning cutting people off because I know that there's a real cancel culture about this generation, but simply sometimes it is difficult to grow when there's still weeds attached to you. When you're trying to grow your plants and they have weeds around them, you gotta not only like trim the weed, but you actually have to pull it up from the root. Wow, that's a great analogy. So when you're thinking about maybe separating yourself from individuals in your life, maybe possibly assess if they need to be pulled up from the root because maybe of that person's closeness and proximity to you, emotionally, relationship wise, there's a lot of factors that go into it, but that's the reason. Hey y'all, welcome back to Holistic Flow. I am your girl Lolo, and today I'm going to be talking about a topic that one of you all had inquired about on my last live stream, drifting away from your friends. And I must say I have a lot of experience in this topic because drifting from your friends can be difficult, especially when you know that it's a time during your life that you need to do it. Sometimes we realize that there are seasons in our life, times, places that we need to be, that things that we need to do. And in order to do those things, we need to just allow certain people to just exit out of our lives. I'm not saying that I'm condoning cutting people off or anything like that, but that might possibly be just naturally what happens. And I'm going to talk about that and how to, I guess, maybe be okay with it or to accept it or maybe even how to interpret it. So to watch that video, keep on watching. But before we get into it, if you are new here to my channel, hello. Here on Holistic Flow, we are creating a safe space, a space for self-love, self-growth, and maturity. And we're taking a journey towards an overall better mind, body, and spirit connection. So if you're with that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you know whenever I upload a new video. After you've done that, thank you so much. And let's get right into it. So first of all, this channel, if you've been watching it for a while, you know that it's a journey toward a better overall mind, body, and spirit connection. And within that journey, we are all aware of choices, decisions that we're making right now that will affect our ability to facilitate our own growth, essentially. And some of us, I would say, maybe are evolving faster than the people around us. We're realizing things that are either that we want to change or that either it's been such revealing information that inspires you to take certain changes in your life. And when you're close to people, family, friends, and you receive messages or revelations that they don't, that is ultimately one less thing that y'all have in common. And so soon you might start increasingly having non-common things with the people around you, and that just leads to a whole different perspective, a whole new outlook on life, a better one, a more clear one that is just different from most people around you. And they say that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around, and I truly believe that. So if you're the sum of the 5 people that you hang around and your mindset starts to change, you start becoming more aware of certain things, you start becoming more happier, you start doing just different things, maybe working out more, reading more, meditating more, going to the gym, and those other things around you that people just aren't doing, then you might find yourself set apart from the closest people around you. And that's okay, because a lot of us are just set apart, and if all the set apart people were just somehow brought together, then they would no longer feel lonely, which is sort of what I strive to do here. But anyways, when you realize that you're set apart, it is difficult when you only have a little circle of people who you've maybe like depended on, hold a lot of secrets to. When you feel like you're just drifting further away, whether it be naturally or just subconsciously in your mind, and you need to address it. The elephant in the room. Then it's time to just realize that you can do one of 3 things here. You could learn how to hold people at an arm's width or arm's length distance, which means that people are still in your life because they probably still have a reason for being there, an inspiration in you, right? So you can still keep that person in your life, just holding them at an arm's distance. Or maybe possibly there's somebody that you just need to cut off all communication with. Drifting away from people can often be just very, very changing to your life. So if you need to hold that person, not at arm's distance, but like, full at least 6 feet at all times, then it might be somebody that you need to cut off. And I'm not condoning cutting people off, because I know that there's a real cancel culture about this generation. And just because you are growing up, getting wiser, maybe realizing certain things, that you need to cut everybody in your life off who isn't doing that. But simply, sometimes it is difficult to grow when there's still weeds attached to you. When you're trying to grow your plants and they have weeds around them, you gotta not only like trim the weed, but you actually have to pull it up from the root. Wow, that's a great analogy. So when you're thinking about maybe separating yourself from individuals in your life, maybe possibly assess if they need to be pulled up from the root because maybe of that person's closeness and proximity to you. It's the closeness and their impact on our lives. Our friends can have so much impact on our life, and because you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around, it can be difficult to make that decision of what exactly that you need to do. And then maybe possibly there's a third option that you don't have to do anything. You just sit back and allow the divine to do the work. Allow God to separate whoever needs to be separated in whatever way they need to be separated. And it can be difficult to kind of discern which of these ones that you need to take. But I think with just listening more than we talk, not being quick to make rash decisions, rash judgment, that decision can definitely be made. Hey, really quickly, do you value feeling seen, feeling heard, and connecting with a community who also wants to do the same? Do you often experience mental fatigue, stress, anxiety, and a lack of structure or routine in your day? Do you want to manage your stress levels better, develop a better relationship with yourself, and get clear on your personal goals in your life? Well, then becoming a Holistic Fit Meditation member would be great for you. I help beginner practitioners lead life with less stress, less mental clutter, and more joy so they can reach an overall more holistically fit lifestyle through yoga practices and mindfulness meditation techniques such as breath work, present moment awareness, and noticing stress and anxiety built up in the body, not only mentally, but also physically. As a member, you'll get access to live and on-demand classes 3 times a week at your own schedule, at your own time. And plus, we do community convos once a month, so you can connect with our community with like-minded individuals who are going through the same thing as you. We get to connect with each other, share our experiences, and celebrate our wins. In just 3 to 6 months, you can expect to experience results such as a lowered overall heart rate, improved mood, less stress, and more focus and concentration in your everyday life. To become a Holistic Fit Meditation member, you can go to my website at holisticfitmeditation.com and click on memberships, or click the link in the description box that says become a Holistic Fit Meditation member. And I hope to see you practicing soon. Overall, even though I think that drifting away from your loved ones can be really tough, it's almost always more of an advantage to you than it is a disadvantage. And honestly, it's an advantage to both parties. Whenever we're having some type of growth that we have to move forward from the things that are maybe hindering that growth, a relationship, any relationship, whether it's a friendship, family members, actual romantic relationships, it's always a two-way street in every way possible. So when people want to break up with somebody else, so they're like, it's their loss, right? Well, no, it's actually both people's gain, because what is best for one person is always best for the other person. And sometimes we may not understand at the time why we have to separate from somebody in our life. We might not understand until years later why it was to not only your advantage, but to both people's advantage. And sometimes other people may not see that until a while after you do. Sometimes we're meant to be around the people that we're around for a lesson or a season or a lifetime. And most of them won't be a lifetime, but most of them will either be a lesson within a season. And really, our whole life is seasons. Some of our life is usually shorter seasons, but then a lot of our life could be longer seasons. But either way, it's either a reason or a season, or a reason inside of a season. Either way, once you do completely have to let somebody go, or lose somebody, it's not a total loss, because also when one door closes, another opens. So you may be in a season of maybe loneliness, isolation, not having many people to talk to, including family and friends. However, there's almost always, once you lose someone, another person who you are meant to be around in that time to help maybe facilitate your growth, or be that listening ear, or just be somebody else that you can relate to on a higher level of mental or spiritual maturity. Then you'll get to see that nothing is really a loss. Everything is just really come and go. So that was what I thought about drifting away from friends. If you have any other video requests and you would like me to answer them, leave a comment down below. And also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, I'm sending peace your way, love your way, and joy to you, your family, and your friends. All right, y'all. Peace.